This is sensational news. This is a bunch of costume criminals assaulting citizens on the transit. And you know what? I bet you won't find this sensational news on the news. They're going to keep this on the down low. Because what it is, this is the result of the legal system letting women off the hook or being overly lenient. That's what's going on here. Women have lost all fear of any reprisal. And guess what? When that happens, you become criminals. And of course, these women are smart. They're all dressed in green, and because it's kind of like zebra stripes, you can't tell one from the other. And they've chosen easy targets, the women on the bus. They don't need guns. They can just overpower them and take their stuff. These women don't even seem to be armed. I don't see them with clubs or knives or anything. And they know they don't, because if they attack the women, guess what? The men know not to touch these women, because if the men intervene, they themselves will be seen as criminals for touching their betters. See how the men are just roaming around? Now, I wish I could say this was done out of a sense of principle. Like, these women are never going to help me, so I'm not going to help them. But trust me, I would say that's more out of self-preservation. That they're just looking at them and saying, all I'm going to do is get myself in trouble. So you can see men they've become like just little slave boys. These are peasants watching the nobility fight amongst themselves. Okay, that's what's going on here. And I have to say, I don't feel sorry whatsoever for these women that are getting assaulted, because they are a part of this. Everyone has fought to let these women get away with crimes. And this is the result. And be glad that the Pro-Male Collective is collecting this info, because again, none of this will be seen. That is not the only incident. Here's one where, again, there's easy targets. There's only young women behind the cash register, and these young women, who aren't even disguised at all, come in and just raid the place. They're not even covering their faces. There's some, notice some of them are guys. There's a few guys. Most of them are women, and most of the guys hide their faces. These young ladies have their faces in front of cameras. See, there's young guys. You see them with hoodies and such. They're protecting their identity. The girls are running around with nothing. Because, you know something, they have experience. They know they're not going to do any real time for the crime. And these women are just sitting there. What do we do? Don't do that. Look at her. She's just a tiny little Indian girl. She's not going to do anything. She's just like, what do I do? Exactly. So this is what happens. So women have always been fearless, trust me, but they are, especially now that they know that they're not going to be punished in any real way. And you can see it in the classroom. Male teachers have no authority to touch or punish the female students whatsoever. This guy, all he can do is try and place his body in front of these women to stop them. Now, these women are going to start, these girls are going to start a brawl in school. The guys are loving it because they love to see a brawl, but they also themselves, the male students, aren't going to do anything either, because they know not to touch their betters. Now look at the male teacher. All he can do is duck out of the way. So he's powerless, right? He knows better. If he would lose his job, and they'd throw him in jail for these young women brawling in the middle of the classroom. And they're not listening to him or doing it because he's nothing to them. Oh my God. And what ticks me off the most is there were people in the comments giving him a hard time. Like, why doesn't the male teacher do anything? They know why he doesn't do anything. He can't do anything. He's not allowed. he would be thrown behind. He'd become a criminal if he even held one of these girls, held one of his betters. Trust me. And this is the result of society, again, letting women do whatever they want and not punishing them for their crimes. They become fearless and just commit crimes. So, MRM, if you ever hear this, stop prioritizing repairing relationships in divorce courts. You've got to do something about this because feminists are struggling to get rid of jails for women. You think this is bad as it is bad, but you think it's not going to get worse? It's going to get worse. Wait until there's zero punishment for women for any of their crimes. Then you'll really see things open up. I mean, who am I kidding? It is already opened up. And like I said, I don't feel sorry for these women getting assaulted at all because they are part of the reason this is happening. The average woman enables feminism. She enables, they will back women and make excuses for their crimes. And now some of them are paying the price. And it looks good on them. And I'm glad these men didn't turn around and white knight for these women and minded their own business. Like I said, I wish it could be done it was done out of principle, but I suspect they were just done out of self-preservation. But still, it's better than nothing. And like, again, everyone who watches this video, share it as much as you can. Because the simple fact is, again, the major media outlets will never talk about this. They'll keep it on the down low because they don't want to show a mirror to the rottenness of society, the misandry of it. This woman's being assaulted because of misandry. It's not misogyny, misandry. Okay, we'll end it here.